sometimes like believing in love is like it's a suicidal mission. It's like it will end, no matter what. Like even if you are in a happy marriage, even you're gonna die. Hey, I'm Robyn, and this is Making the Album on Capital Buzz.
Welcome to Making the Album. I'm Sam Prance, and what? Are you stupid? She told you no eating in her jacuzzi. What's wrong with you?
That's right.
It's Robyn. Today we're doing a track-by-track breakdown of your euphoric, addictive, and horny new album, Sexistential.
That's right.
How are you?
I'm really good. Thank you for that introduction. You've done your homework too, I can tell.
I'm gay. It's part of our culture.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's a horny MILF album. I guess me and my sister were joking around about that. It had a different title for quite a while, and then this word sexistential was like the internal joke, and then I had a baby and I closed down the whole recording process and opened it back up after like 2 years, and I felt like it was more true than ever, and I just had to kind of write a song called Sexistential as well.
So what was the original title?
The original title was Really Real, which is another song on the album.
We're going to get into that now. So track one,
yeah.
Really Real?
Yeah.
I mean, just for some overview, this is your first album since 2018. Mm-hmm. Why did you feel like you wanted to wait 7 years before coming back?
I mean, I don't know why it usually takes me this long to make an album. It's not a strategy. It's not a, I don't really... I thought I would be done much earlier, and then, yeah, life happens. It's how it's been every time for me. Unexpected things like a pandemic, a baby,
Major life events.
Yeah, it's really an album that was made during the pandemic, and it's not about motherhood. It's about the time before I became a parent, I think.
Yeah, no, you can tell. I mean, so Really Real specifically is an exploration of like the exact moment a relationship falls apart, the exact moment of a breakup.
Yeah, I think that's good. That's a good description.
When it comes to love,
yeah.
How do you know when a relationship is over?
I don't know how to say this without using bad words, but
bad words are welcome.
When you don't feel like having sex with them anymore, when you don't feel excited about sucking their no, like what? What is it? Like what is? I don't know. I think it's like that. That's really what happens. Like you feel it. You feel the connection is like different. Mm-hmm. But also, I think that song is about different experiences of reality. Like you are in the same room, but your interpretation of what's going on might be totally different, and that creates a lot of anxiety. And I think the song is really exploring like what that anxiety is, and kind of playing around with it a little bit, like not taking it too seriously either, just observing it and like relishing in it. Also, it's like a little bit absurd, but also the song is a little bit absurd the way it's produced as well.
Well, I was going to say the production really like picks up on that sort of sense of anxiety and like the two of you not being on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Like I love like the Prince style guitar that comes in the breakdown.
Yeah.
And I feel like this album has a very different sonic energy to Honey. Was that intentional?
Very intentional. And I think also I think that part actually came before the subject matter of the album. Because I think, of course, when you put a title like Sexistential on the album and you talk about IVF and sex, and like, of course, that becomes like a big thing. But the idea of the album was very like just about like a musical idea before I started writing the actual lyrics. And I had all these songs laying around that I wanted to record that I'd kind of saved in my back pocket. And one of the things that me and Klaus, who I made the album with, really wanted to explore was this like way of like almost like trolling rock and roll. And I don't know if that's something you can hear, but it's a lot of the songwriting is like done in a more traditional way, not with a guitar, but like written almost like with riffs, like both Sucker for Love and Light Up and they're written as like rock songs. It's like me trying to write like a Bruce Springsteen song or something. And then the suit is not like jeans and leather. It's like some kind of like, I don't know, pink latex or something. Like it's not a Harley Davidson. It's like a Kawasaki, It's like this way of like finding some kind of maybe entrance point into something classical that feels like me, but in a new suit or something.
Yeah, I mean that guitar on really real. Almost reminds me of Madonna's Act of Contrition at the end of Like a Prayer. Like, it's just very Princey. It's such a cool new sound for you to like delve into.
Thank you.
Track 2, Dopamine.
Yeah.
Now, talking about waiting for the right moment, you started this song 10 years ago. What made you come back to it, and why did you make it the lead single?
I just believe in the power of a good song, and I think good songs are like they're more like sculptures or something. It's like a structure of like frequency and tension, and you can, you know, what's so interesting about that is like that architecture, whatever. I don't want to get too pretentious, but that architecture allows for lots of interpretations, and you can interpret a good song in so many different ways. And so that's why I hold on to songs a lot. Sometimes I make albums where I don't really know how to put them in there and make them what the album's supposed to be, and that was the case with Dopamine. I started working on it at the same time as I was preparing to do Honey, and I just couldn't fit it on the album. I just didn't want to let it go. I made Klaus like promise me to not give it to anyone else because he'd started writing it with someone else without me, and so
was it a Tyre Crew song originally, or did he co-write with you?
This is the nature of songwriters' lives. Like, we do sessions with people that, you know, we like to work with a lot of times, and write songs for things that you don't know what they will be. And Klaus had been in a session with Tayo, and he played me a song. He was like, I think you should hear this, you know, we could finish it together. Yeah, and that chorus is magical to me. And it's funny how that word and the whole idea of the lyrics, you know, for a while I was like, I hope this is still relevant after Honey, because for me it really was like not just about love, but just also about, you know, the way our times are, the way we're so addicted to our phones and so addicted to understanding ourselves through statistics. And I just hope that it would still be relevant, and it still feels like I think it's more relevant now than it was when we started working on it 10 years ago.
Yeah, like everyone wants to get in touch with like a natural feeling, and this song captures that.
Yeah.
I mean, when the song dropped, a tweet went viral saying that Zara Larsson had woken up Big Sweden. To you, who are like the Mount Rushmore of Swedish artists? Okay,
who am I? Well, I mean, it's ABBA, of course. I mean, there's no way around it, and you know, it shouldn't be questioned. I think the ABBA's king, and then I would say Nana Cherry with
Buffalo Stance,
Swedish, part Swedish, and who else?
Cardigans.
Yeah, the Cardigans for sure. I mean, the Peter Svensson, who, and of course Nina as well, who wrote so many of those beautiful lyrics. And but Peter Svensson is like this amazing songwriter. I just don't really think people understand like the brilliance of his songwriting. Yeah, for sure. But I'm just thinking like there's other people too that I just can't think of now.
I mean, more recent like Tuvalu, Lickily.
I mean, for me it's Jonathan Young Lean and his whole crew, and how they changed, I think, popular culture in an amazing way.
I mean, what do you think is the secret that makes Swedish pop so good?
To be honest, like there's so many different random things that probably has had an effect on it. Like there's this thing where Swedish kids get to learn an instrument in school from 10 and whatever. And then there's folk music in Sweden, which is very melody oriented, and you know, there isn't a lot of like beats or percussion or rhythm. There is, but like the instrumentation is usually a voice and an instrument, so it's very focused around the melody, and it's like one lonely person in a cabin in the forest, you know. It's like very, very melancholic, very, very melodious. But then I also think one thing that I think is really, really influential, which is super nerdy to talk about, but it's this amazing composer. His name is Georg Riedel, and he composed all the music for all the Astrid Lindgren children books, like all the films and all the, you know, she wrote Pippi Longstockings, but there's also many other stories that she made that are very, very melancholic, and he wrote all the music for her things, and they are like a consistent part of every child's musical education in Sweden. You sing these songs when you graduate school. You sing them, you know, almost like sounds in church, and parents sing to their children. It's like, and the like is a treasure of melody in there. And because we sing them, we sing those songs. All Swedish kids have sung them since the 60s or 70s, and I truly think that that's like a big part of why so many good songwriters came out of Sweden.
So basically we need like better hymns in the UK to like encourage good songwriting.
No, yeah, like don't underestimate culture for children, I think.
I mean, talking of dopamine specifically, your music gives so many people dopamine. What in pop culture right now is giving you dopamine?
I think Charlie has given me a lot of that over the last couple of years. The last McGee album, although I don't know if that's popular culture, but it's definitely one of the most or the best albums I think that has been made.
And obviously
recently.
he produced for Justin Bieber, so he's like influencing.
In that way, yes. The OK Lou album is really amazing, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, track 3, Blow My Mind.
Yeah.
Now, this was originally like a very sensual love song on your 2002 album, Don't Stop the Music. What made you want to return to it and rewrite it to be about your son?
I think it was like one of those songs that I just kind of like, I didn't think that I would have this chance to release it again, but I was hoping to, because maybe it's like maybe one of the best songs I've ever recorded.
The original is so good as well.
Yeah. And when we went back to it, me and Klaus looked at each other and we were like, yeah, these lyrics, they kind of suck. And like, they're kind of cringy and embarrassing. And we had to like approach it from another perspective. And we're both parents and I was breastfeeding at the time. So in that sense, maybe this song is about motherhood. But it's really about this, there's a thing called cute aggression. And you know, this thing where you want to like, you love something so much, you almost want to hurt them. Being close to a child, like, it's a mix of very many different contradicting emotions. You're tired, you're in love, you're like invaded, you're like, it's like super sensual. Like, and I just wanted to find, because I think that's also what this album is. It's like I'm trying to describe duality. I'm trying to describe contrast and the contradicted feelings that I was feeling in this period. And for me, being close to my son was that. It was a complex thing and much more sensual than I had imagined it to be. And so it made sense to turn Blow My Mind, which is a love song, into a different kind of love song, I guess.
Different kind, but still it shares that intimacy.
Yeah.
This is also your first album since your son was born.
Yeah.
How has becoming a mother changed your approach to pop stardom?
Hasn't changed it a bit, baby. No, I'm happy that, you know, like I made up my mind about what I was going to do as an artist be. Yeah, the only thing that's changed is I don't have as much time as I used to, which is very frustrating, but then also extremely like motivating. When I do get to be in the studio, I'm excited. But no, I don't think motherhood changes you that way.
No,
I think that's a myth.
Because I find that sometimes with pop stars, like some pop stars have released like career-defining albums after becoming mothers. I don't know if it's like tapping into like different artistic topics to like discuss in their music, like even Madonna, Ray of Light, or Beyonce's self-titled album. I don't know if there are any albums by mothers that you connect to. I
think it's an interesting thing actually to think about why there aren't more like why there aren't more different kinds of stories about what it's like to be a parent, actually, because I don't think that the romantic description of it is interesting. Like, I think there's another more complex but not so problematic for me like entrance into the subject that speaks to me more than the romantic one. For me, it's about my personal experience of that time. And like I said, the album isn't about motherhood. It's about what I was doing leading up to it. And I was dating and I was doing IVF at the same time. I was isolating just like everyone else, but also enjoying my sexual freedom. And I was like extremely specific about my work, and then also like letting go of all this other control. And the contradictions within that was interesting to me and what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, no, I think it's more interesting because it's like you just sound very free in the music, and that's just a reflection of how you've always been.
Yay! I think it's like, for me, like the entrance point into the album was like this feeling of like just having all this like extreme like desire and lust for life, and also I felt like I had the ability to embody like so many emotions within that, and it was an interesting place to make the music from.
Track 4, Sucker for Love. You've said this song relates to dancing on my own, but it's not about being a victim. Why was it important to you to write from that perspective?
It's my f*** you place. It's like, it's my place where I feel like I have nothing to lose. It's where I feel free. It's where I think, you know, life pushes you a lot of the times. When it pushes you that tight up against the wall, you have to create your own space. You have to define it for yourself. So that's what that is. And I think that's what Dancing on My Own is too. And that's what Sexistential is too. But in Sucker for Love, it's through the lens of a toxic relationship, I guess. I just imagine myself like sitting on a motorbike, looking really tough with like a tear on my cheek. And yeah, I just wanted to feel empowering and cool.
It is. I mean, it's so infectious. I am like a sucker for love, so it's just like embracing the fact that if you just admit it, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. It's a sweet. Yeah, that sweetness is good. It's worth protecting. No.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, talking about Dancing on My Own,
Yeah.
it's kind of become the song you're most known for, but you have so many iconic singles and deep cuts. In your opinion, which Robyn song deserves the same recognition as Dancing on My Own?
That's not up to me. I think I always feel so uncomfortable answering that question. Yeah, I think it's not up to me. Dancing on My Own has the life that it has because of all the people who has connected to the song. And I think what people connect to is this feeling of like being in a very sad and lonely place and then accepting it and accepting yourself in that place, you know. But I didn't write it as as what it became. I wrote it from that place, like feeling very lonely. And I think that's what people connect to. And so I don't know, you know, it's what people connect to that makes that happen. Yeah.
Okay, but you don't like, what would you consider like underrated Robyn songs?
Cringe! I can't answer.
Because I just think things like Ever Again on
What
Honey.
do you think is an underrated
Ever
Robyn
Again
song?
on
Yeah,
Honey.
yeah,
I
cool.
adore that song.
Cool. Is it underrated though? I feel like people love that song.
I mean, people love your music. It's like even songs like Be Mine, it was like a hit single, but it's still like,
Yeah.
it's incredible.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, I would say Be Mine is the most underrated Robyn song.
I feel like Be Mine's almost like the blueprint
Good, you're
for
helping
Dancing on
me
My
define
Own.
it. Okay, good. Yeah, I would say Be Mine is that song because Be Mine is, yeah, if I could re-record that, I would for this album too. You know, I think like good songs deserve to be re-recorded, but it's too early. We'll do it later. We'll have someone else do it.
Well, also Hang With Me is getting new life at the moment because it was in People We Meet on Vacation.
Yeah.
So like, there's also always time for your songs to be rediscovered.
Thank you for having my back.
I mean, talking also of Dancing on My Own specifically, it did take on a new life with Callum Scott's acoustic cover.
For sure, yeah.
How do you actually feel about that version?
Well, it took on different lives, right? It took on the life of girls.
Yeah, with Lena Dunham.
With Lena Dunham. And of course, I feel so connected, more connected to that, you know, and to that context. I don't want to, you know, diss anybody that wants to make something beautiful happen with my music. And I think people really loved Callum's version, and I think he does it, you know, beautifully. But I think for me, like, that moment in Girls was very special because it was something I couldn't even have thought of. It was her, that scene where she's dancing in her bedroom and she's thinking about these kind of ugly but also important parts of being a girl or being a person who's dating, and it's very, just like a gift from her that she wanted to do that.
But also that comes from the combo of your original version, which is that like electronic production and those synths, how they combine with your vocal delivery it's so special.
Thank you. Well, this country has created that genre. I mean, you have Bronski Beat and you have Yazoo and you have Depeche Mode, and I'm not comparing myself to these amazing geniuses, but I'm just saying
No, you
that...
can and you should.
No, but I'm just saying that it's not something I invented, but happy you feel that way.
Track 5, It Don't Mean a Thing.
Yeah.
I think this is my fave song. I just feel like classic Robyn. I also love that Elvira co-produced it.
Yeah.
What's she like to work with? Obviously, she's done stuff with Addison, Taylor Swift.
Yeah, she's extremely ambitious. She reminds me of, to be honest, Max Martin when he was like young. You know, I think, you know, she wants to become the best producer in the world. You know, it's like that kind of level of ambition. But it's not from a strategic place. It's, you know, she plays the cello, she plays the piano. She's like an amazing musician and extremely intelligent. And we wrote the chorus for Ett om ingenting together in her studio in Stockholm. Those moments are amazing. You know, when you don't know somebody and you go into a studio with them and you're still able to create together that freely, like amazing. She's brilliant.
Well, and also, you're both female producers. I just feel like that's so rare still in the industry, which is crazy.
Yeah, and that's also what's so amazing about her work with Addison and that they're all females in there. Yeah, it's weird how hard it is to work with female producers still.
I said this was a signature Robyn song. How would you define your sound?
I would just think about it. For me, it's about a specific kind of songwriting, and then I think, you know, the duality of it is really important. Like Dancing on My Own is what it is because it's sad and euphoric at the same time. I think that always felt more realistic to me than just sad or just happy. So I think that's a part of it. But making music is like, it's like knitting a sweater. It's a lot of really boring, methodical things, processes you go through. And sometimes it's like with Dopamine, like I knew that chorus had this amazing, we all knew, you know, we could feel it. And then the way there is nothing like that place you're imagining, but you have to just keep the dream alive. And it's like recreating that first notion of you know, utopia or whatever, like this perfect idea you have of a song. And that can take years, obviously.
I mean, your influence as well can be heard in so many artists today.
Yeah.
Which artists do you see yourself in?
You know, it's funny because I do feel a lot more connected, like spiritually, to artists of Charlie's generation. I understand their way of relating to pop music. So there are lots of people that I feel connected to. I mean, what was interesting also about working with Charlie and Jonathan Young Lean together was the fact that we all have this experience of like also being, you know, teenagers, like starting to have careers and with everything that comes with that. But yeah, I don't know what you want me to say. I don't want to, like, you know,
well, it's just like
call people out on whatever. Like, you know,
I don't think it's in a negative way. It's like when Ariana's "We Can't Be Friends" came out, a lot of people compared it to "Dancing on My Own." Yeah. I know Gracie Abrams, close to you, has that vibe, and you've sung with Gracie before. Yeah. So I feel like these artists, like, they're showing their flowers as well. They do. Yeah, definitely. It's always a compliment when you recognize something, you know, that way. I'm shy. Well, and just talking of signatures as well, you've been repping for like short-haired girls since the start of your career. Yeah. Like, was that always your aesthetic from a child? To have short hair? Yeah. Is that an aesthetic? That's your look, it's your style. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's always funny to me that that's still like a thing. But, you know, it's just short hair. I think, yeah, it's just what I always did. Yeah. Well, no, it looks incredible. Thank you. Like, I think, you know, for me, T-Boss was always the coolest girl in the world. You know, I just wanted to look like her when I was a teenager. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we're going to do a quick little game. Song you wish you'd written. I wish I would have written Since You've Been Gone with Kelly Clarkson. My most played artist would probably be, God, what is it? I don't know. It probably would be like the McGee album or GBM Neutron, this song called Practice that me and my son listen to all the time. First album I bought, it was by a Swedish artist called Carola. And she was in the Eurovision Song Contest. I mean, it is a context. No, she was in the Eurovision, and she was, yeah, she does have an amazing voice. Like I was just blown away by her as a 6-year-old or something. Have you ever been asked to do Eurovision? Yeah, many times. many times. And then
maybe it was also, do you remember this Princess of Monaco, Stephanie? She made an album in the 80s. I remember buying that on cassette too. And then I think I don't know which order this was, I think, and then also Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation. And I think that's probably like the most defining first, like in music that I bought. I think Janet Jackson is like, she's
the GOAT.
She's the GOAT. Yeah.
Amazing. Track 6, Talk to Me. Absolute banger. Now, we referenced him earlier, but you reunited with Max Martin on this single for the first time in over a decade.
Yeah.
Why did now feel like the right time to reconnect?
You know, it was the pandemic. I was quarantining like everyone else. I was offered to spend time in a studio, in Max Martin's studio in Stockholm. And it was really nice to be able to be around other people and be in a community while that was happening. So I spent a lot of time there, like almost a year writing after the lockdown happened, like maybe in end of 2019. And Martin just started dropping into my sessions. I was working with Oscar Holt there, and we ended up writing together in a very organic way, like maybe in a very different way actually than we have been working before. Yeah, and Talk to Me was something I had started, and me and Oscar were producing it, and Max just dropped in and was like, this chorus could really just work if you ended up hearing this chord. And he gave me these pointers, and then he just left the room, and it was like, it really focused me in, and that chorus was written like just kind of like in half an hour after that. Like, he does these things that are crazy. It's like working with AI. His decision making is so fast, but a lot of people have this, like, I think, misconception of his way of working, that is somehow strategic or like some kind of formula, which I really don't think it is. It's just
like
good.
People call it melodic math, but I guess it's just more coming naturally artistically from him.
Music is math. You know, it's like, that's what it is. It's a number of notes that you have to work with in different ways, and to say that has nothing to do with that is just like, I think, an unserious way of describing it.
Interesting. Well, Max obviously has so many hits. What to you are the top 3 Max Martin songs?
I think Since You've Been Gone, I think what else? God, there's so many. There's a song on the Last Weekend album. Oh, God. Let's not do this one, because I'm gonna have to go through my phone.
Well, for everything.
Yeah. I can't just like say a couple of songs. It's gonna be.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think like Dawn FM has loads. Maybe One More Time, Britney, Ariana, Into You, Taylor Swift style. Like, he just writes those hits that.
Yeah, but none
stick.
of those are my favorite.
Pink, Who Knew? I don't know.
My favorite are there's this one Weekend song that's on the last album that's amazing. Since You've Been Gone is amazing, and then there's one, actually,
Show Me Love.
Yeah, Show Me Love is amazing. There's actually one song that he wrote. Show Me Love is amazing, and when I play it live, it really works still. It doesn't feel like a nostalgic thing to do. It just feels like I'm performing a good song, which is amazing. There's also this song he did with Celine Dion that I love, but I don't.
That's the way it is.
That's the way it is. And that's the way it is. What an amazing song. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of my favorites too.
I mean, Celine's voice on anything, it's just perfect.
Mm-hmm.
While we're in the Max multiverse, you actually famously sang backing vocals on Britney Spears' Piece of Me. I know that wasn't a Max song, but how did that come about?
Well, you know, I work with Klaus a lot, and we were in the studio working on other things, and he was recording a demo for Britney, and he asked me to sing it like regular day in the studio.
But it's such a good song, like, it's such an incredible song to be part of.
Yeah, it is. It's a really good song for her. Klaus is an amazing songwriter.
Okay, track 7, Sexistential. Now, you've referenced this, but I do think rapping about IVF and hooking up while trying to get pregnant is kind of like a first in pop music. What inspired you to write about that part of your story?
I just found myself in a lot of really funny and extreme situations, and they were definitely worthy of a rap.
Well, you said in the press release that, like, you'd seen that Andre 3000 had said that he didn't think anyone would want to hear him rap about his colonoscopy, which is why he did a flute album.
Yeah.
And you were like, but I want to hear that. I want to hear how it sounds. And I love that you've taken something that people haven't created music about and you've put it front and center on your album.
Yeah, I think, like, maybe there's this thing of like, you know, when I made my first albums on my own label, it was really easy for me to access like a rebellious place and describe some of the things that I wanted to talk about and find like a way to do it that felt, to me at least, subversive. But it's funny how that like process seemed to end for artists a lot of times when they become older. And maybe it is because the subjects change and the entrance point into that feeling changes. But I don't think it's impossible. I think it's like, it's really interesting to hear about, you know, I don't feel like having sex today because I'm tired, or like and that's not what I'm saying at all on this album, by the way, but like I really like my friends because this, or like Charlie is like, I think it's really difficult to have like female relationships within my job environment. Like, you know, I think these things are really, they are like worth sharing, and it's like social realism pop might have like a new, and it might really become like a thing. I feel like that's what's happening.
Yeah, I think Bratz helped.
I feel like people are ready to like embrace things that might not be so clear in the beginning, that there's this space for other experiences.
Messiness and unique perspectives.
Yeah.
I mean, in the song you reference an actual anecdote where you told your doctor that Adam Driver is your dream donor and they mistook him for Adam Sandler. Adam Driver, discuss, Robyn.
Well, what do I have to explain? I think, you know, I was always into big nose. I think that's sexy. Yeah.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
But not Adam Sandler.
No, Adam Sandler is an amazing person. You know, I'd love to have his kids as well. But it's not a diss to Adam Sandler. It's more a joke about the loss of control in that situation, that, you know, I thought I had, you know, was making like some kind of impact on my child's the result of my child by like, you know, defining who that would be. And then my doctor, seriously, this is a real, like a true situation. She mixed it up, you know. So it's not about Adam Driver or Adam Sandler. It's the fact that you don't know anything about your life and who your child is going to be, no matter how much you know about the dad even. You know what I mean? Like it's a, yeah.
Okay, track 8, Light Up. Now this is the kind of ballad that I think is going to sound huge in arenas. It's so moving, and you're about to do your first arena tour. What does that mean to you?
I'm always like surprised, or like I just think, you know, so grateful when I sell out these big places that I didn't know I was going to be able to sell out. And especially because I release albums so far in between, it's just mind-blowing to me that people want to come and see me that way.
Yeah, but that legacy lives on. It's like, even again, it's like Dancing on My Own, I think was like a top 10 hit when it came out, but it's become so much bigger over time. Like, your music is timeless.
Thanks.
That's why the arenas sell out. I mean, like, what are you proudest of achieving in your career after all these years?
I mean, you're being so sweet. I don't know how to handle compliments like that, but I think I'm proud of my independence, and that I've been able to create like a free environment for making it.
Well, and to have like on your first independent album, like With Every Heartbeat was a smash single, like that's so rare, and you have set a template for other artists through that.
Yeah, that's what they say.
On the topic of tours, you're about to support Harry Styles on his Together Together tour.
Yeah.
How did that come about, and what do you love about him as an artist?
I love that he's asked all these amazing artists to be a part of his tour, and the company I'm in as an opening act is pretty amazing. And I think his new album is really interesting, what he's doing, and his audience is going to be amazing to play for. I'm sure we're going to have a blast. Yeah.
Well, I think as well, because his album's obviously leaning into dance music now.
Yeah.
I think your sets will really complement each other.
Yeah, I think so too. But, you know, he's also asked people like Shania Twain, and like there's all kinds of people in there But yeah, I'm gonna give him a good show for sure. No doubt about it.
Track 9, Into the Sun.
Yeah.
Now, you said you wrote this song from a very dark place, as though you were sort of like flying into space to deprogram from the sect of love.
Yeah.
Talk a bit more about that.
It's true. That's what I did. No, I feel like sometimes like believing in love is like it's a suicidal mission. It's like it will end, no matter what. Like even if you are in a happy marriage, even you're gonna die, and like it's gonna be over,
Mm-hmm.
So I think like it's a very big existential song. Dramatic. It's dramatic.
It's a perfect way to finish the album. I mean, do you feel like you've come back down to earth now? Are you like open to love, or
are those the same things? Come back to down to earth
and being open to love.
Yeah, maybe they are. I feel like maybe they're the opposite. But I'm down. I'm down for love.
Okay.
Yeah. Totally open. I'm open for love. I love love. Love is amazing. I think, falling in love is like one of the coolest things that can happen to you. It's a crazy feeling, man. You feel totally insane. And, who knows how many times it's going to happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, this is also your second 9-track album in a row.
Yeah.
In your opinion, what's like the perfect album length? What's too long? What's too short?
I don't know. Don't you agree that long albums usually get boring? I feel that way.
Yeah, I feel like it's really hard. There's only a few artists who can actually create those long form albums.
I mean, sometimes it's amazing.
Yeah,
and especially, if it's like instrumental music and it's like different kinds of arrangements. But when it comes to pop music, I think why not make 2 albums then? Like I think 40 minutes is probably like the most attention that I have for like one thing. My favorite albums are short. The Thriller album is, I think, 8 songs or 9 songs.
Yeah, it's all singles basically as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a cool. That's my favorite.
Yeah, and also I think it's like honey satiated people being 9 tracks long, and I feel like Sexistential is going to do the same. It's a very complete project.
Yeah. It is it's cool to be. What I'm happy about, I was able to put these songs together that belong together. There are other songs that I also have recorded and that didn't make it, or also songs that I just knew that this is a different thing. It's so neat to be able to make an album that makes sense.
Definitely.
It's really fun.
Well, just finally, what do you want fans to take from this project, Robyn?
I don't want to be a self-help guru and tell you what to feel. You can feel whatever you want by listening to this album. That's the point. I don't want to tell anyone how to feel.
How do you feel having finished it and being on the precipice of releasing it?
I love it. I'm so excited that I had this idea about what I wanted it to sound like, and I was able to realize that idea. I think a lot of times you have an idea and then you make something and it becomes something totally different. And on this album I was able to really do what I intended, which I'm really proud of that. And I think when I write songs, that the whole idea is to say everything but the thing. Like point out all the different points around the thing that I'm talking about, so that you can insert yourself, your own feelings and your own experience into it. And that's how I listen to music. That's how I connect with other artists' work, and it's such an amazing thing that it works that way. Like music is this like vehicle for information. Like you can, all of a sudden you understand like that person felt that thing. Like you never met them, never even had a conversation, and you know exactly how they felt. It's like magic, and I really believe in that, connection between people. It's also like a very sensitive thing. You can use it for really bad things as well. But I just want this relationship with my audience, and I have it, which I'm so happy of, that I've had with other artists, where I feel like I don't control it. I just put something out there, which is like this utopian way of feeling something that I like. And then there's this beautiful thing that happens, that other people feel that way too. Other people understand it, and nobody owns that. That's free space.
Well, just like getting to live with this album for the past month and like live with these songs. Like we talked earlier about music giving people dopamine, and this album, like it's given me so much dopamine over the past few weeks. I think it's going to do that for anyone who listens.
Good. That's great.
Thank you so much, Robyn.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. No.
If you want to do it again, you can do it again.
Yeah, let's do it again.
We're just going to do it.
Yeah. Hi. Say the name of the show again. Sorry.
Making the album.
Making the album. Okay. Hey, I'm Robyn, and this is Making the Album on Capital Buzz. On?
Perfect.
Okay?
No,
Okay.
that's great. Okay.
Brain fry. Okay.
Welcome. Real good.
This is when the hangover like is starting to really kick in. Like the Big Mac is gonna do its job
Do its wonders.
in 30 minutes. Yeah. Cool.
Welcome to Making the Album.